Yo, we back. I'm Barnes, Barnaby Wellington. Hey man, we gonna get it together. We gonna get it together. Either way, I gotta show up. They say half the battle is showing up. Um, it's even trying to make excuses. Like I can't make no excuses anymore. I got a little free time. My meeting ran a little short, and my wife and daughter are still out. So let's see if I can do some little quick 20 minutes or so. Uh, as you can see, generational diversity talk. We still in that bag right now. This is Gen Dive episode number 4, and we want to speak on communication and how to better communicate with generations. So, Boomers, Generation Y, Generation X, Generation Z, Generation Alpha, and Millennials. So, uh, again, I'm a millennial, 1990, September 18th. That's me. And man, I'm shit. To be honest, I feel like we the greatest out of all millennials. That 90, you feel me? Just because the 80, like the 80 babies raised us, you feel me? And like we raised the 94 millennials, like the 94 under millennials, you feel me? And then some of the 98 babies, they, on that cusp, that still got some good teachings from us. Whatnot, they still understand how our grandmamas and our daddies and them, and mamas and them, aunties and shit, they understand how they communicated with us. And for the most part, we understood it. Now, we did millennials, speaking of us, speaking of myself, that's what I identify as. We definitely did have, what do you say, a code. We follow protocol, respect. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Um, Understanding from a hierarchy. And then as far as like dealing with authority amongst the family or in a school setting, hell, I went to school in Alabama growing up before I moved up here to Georgia. So shit, I was still on that getting paddled ordeal young when I younger like the early school days. So we understood protocol, we understand authority or whatnot, but boy, what y'all see every day. I mean, for me, I'm in the sports world. I watch a lot of sports content. What you see all the time, you hear commentators or analysts or former athletes who are on the TV doing media now. They criticize the young athletes, and then the young athletes respond, and then the former athletes call them soft. Well, this generation, they can't take criticism. And I can pull up an example here. I'll probably find one in a minute. Yeah, definitely can find one. I'll probably do that in a second. But basically calling the generation soft and it can't take criticism. Now, in some cases, I'm going to agree. Because again, shit, I was raised by the generation that these media, the former athletes, these athletic media personnel, pretty much they my dad and them age. So Slick can agree because I couldn't give no talk back, get no lip back, or try to be disrespectful against someone trying to critique me to make me better. Because that's ultimately what it is. When you've been obedient your entire kid life, young life, you've been obedient to authority, you've been obedient to parents or just authoritative figures, and you've been obedient to that, then you kind of understand that, hey, hold on, some people could not say anything to me. Some people can give me a hug and give me a piece of candy, but then you got this one person that's trying to tear me down. He's trying to tell me what I need to work on. Oh, light bulb come off. And it's like, they're not trying to tear me down. They're really trying to build me up. They might not be telling me how to do it. They might not be physically showing me how, but they're at least, for me, being an obedient child, and an obedient adult. Now, like, I understand criticism is necessary. Criticism is a privilege. Feedback and just having someone talk about you to you about you is a privilege. Um, if you ain't doing nothing, what we critiquing? Some people call it haters. I don't call it hating if it's, if it's true. You identified a flaw or a lack in my work, in my game, and I appreciate it. You ain't hating. You're critiquing me so I can get better if I want to. If I want to take that criticism, and I'm saying that's how I grew up understanding criticism or shit, just hard coaching. Hard coaching. I mean, I don't think I've ever really been disrespected. Because you can't be disrespected as a child. You're a child. Some mothers, some women might think, "Oh, you're not supposed to say certain stuff to my kid." No, I don't think you should be doing that to these groups of kids. They're just kids. Nah, nah. I think that's why we at where we at now. I really believe that's why we at where we at now. I'm not gonna get into all that, single mothers, these homes and all that, because I grew up with both of my parents in the household, and I still got issues. So it ain't got nothing to do with that, so to say. But you check your surroundings, you get influenced by them, you kind of repeat some stuff that you see. So yeah, I mean, it does have the direct influence on it. Or you got parents. Hell, my damn my 11-year-old, almost 12-year-old Kyla. Hey baby, Kyla, she tried out for some competition cheerleading team. Now Kyla, she fall into the GenAlpha. Like, I can't wait till she get old enough. We can talk about the generation differences and whatnot. But Kyla was trying out for this competition cheer team. Now, Kyla don't live with me. Kyla live with her mama. And she's cheered. Well, my baby can barely do what is called a full somersault. She can do a cartwheel. I love my baby to death. She's strong she's so strong. She don't know how strong she is, but she's not confident in her strength. She's not confident in her skin. She's not confident in her bones, her body, because she's just not. She's always been that way. She's a baby. She's been very careful. We coddled her and nurtured her, held her all the time, and as soon as she walking somewhere, everybody had her holding her hand. So not even just call it what it is, and that's okay. Like, real girl. Like, I got a girly girl. Cool, definitely much a girly girl. But her mom wanted her to try out for she wanted to try for the competition team, cheerleading team, and her mom take her into the tryouts and whatnot. And I think she ended up getting on the team or whatnot. And Kyla wanted to do like be a base. What cheerleading is. She wanted to be a base. She wanted to hold the tumblers. She wanted to hold the flyers. Hold the flyers and whatnot. But Kyla is small. She's really small. Like, not saying like short, but her build fit a flyer. A coach has a team. They put whoever where they need to go for the betterment of the team, and that's where Kyla was at as a flyer. So obviously Kyla wanted to do it. She tried it and did it, and what was said was they dropped her. This is what Kyla said. This is what her mom said. They said the girls dropped her. I wasn't there. This is all me doing the telephone replay, and I'm probably missing out some stuff and adding stuff and all that stuff. But for the most part, Kyla fell. Her mom pretty much went to Kyla's rescue and, pretty much told the coach, hey, these girls did this on purpose and you shouldn't do this and this and that. And ultimately, Kyla removed her mom removed Kyla from that team. Now, I had no say. So again, she doesn't live under my roof, even though that is our child together. So that's their decision. She takes care of Kyla. She does a great job doing that. So that's what she was doing in that moment. She was taking care of her child. Dad on the other end, when Kyla told me this story, I took care of her and nurtured her, gave her a hug and checked on her and everything. Months down the line, I talked to her and I told her, I said, Kyla, remember, because she had got into another squad. Like I said, her mom had made it right, for the child, not to make it seem like, oh, those girls dropped you on purpose, you can't cheer them on. Her mom literally made it right by getting her on another squad. And, she was on another squad at another facility and was able to compete with the, selection group, a group that was selected up on like an A team, B team deal. She got on the B team, but they was winning all the competitions still, like as that year went on. But a few months after the incident that the girls dropped her, I told Kyle, I say, you remember your mom said them girls dropped you and, she came, y'all did all that? She's like, yeah. I said, you want to know something? I was like, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But from what you told me, it was your fault that you failed. She's like, why you say that? I was like, well, those girls are down there holding you. They don't want you to fall. They want to do better. So think about that. If you fall, then everyone looks bad. I say, but if you were dropped, you could feel somebody just let you go. I said, did they have you up? She's like, yeah. I said, got your knee. Because I know I pitched, I dated cheerleaders, competition cheerleaders all throughout high school. And my sister was competition cheerleader. So you locking your knee out is number one. You got to be able to lock that knee out so you're not moving, shaking, and doing all of that. Because you moving, if that knee ain't locked out, if you got it bent, you're gonna buckle, and then if I'm holding you and you buckling, you dropped yourself. So the point of that is, me saying that is basically these kids are not getting criticized enough to be able to receive the criticism without them knowing someone's going to come to their defense and telling, and like, because that's what's happened. And again, she get in my position, she get in my home, we talk, she know where I'm coming from, but I'm speaking for the masses, or the conversation when I spoke on the former athlete media personnel, and then the current players. They have been used to seeing mom or whomever come to their defense so much to what their first response to criticism is defense. Versus instead of my child's mom, instead of Kyla's mom coming into that situation, letting her get coached, get an opportunity to get coached. Or the players that's playing now getting criticized by the former athletic media personnel now. They instead of them tweeting back out some disrespectful or defensive, they don't look at the opportunity of getting coached. Now, the topic is how to better communicate amongst the generations. So it's almost like I want to give you a tip, but I don't want to give you no tips. I'm giving you experiences. I can't really tell you how to better communicate with the generations. I really can't. I can tell you to listen more. You can ask more questions. But ultimately, what we're dealing with now is rewriting what has already happened from 2000 on up, 24 years, from 2000 on up. We got to rewrite this. So Millennials, Gen Z, GenAlpha, get it together when it comes to taking criticism. That's a privilege. Please, Millennials, Gen Z, and GenAlpha, get it together when it comes to taking criticism. It is a privilege. Someone giving you criticism, no one's criticizing the bum, no one's criticizing the homeless. You can talk about them, but you're not going to tell them, hey, you need to do. You're not criticizing them. It's because you actually are doing something. People want you to do better. They want you to do better than what you're doing. They want you to see best. You can do good, you do better, you do best. They want you to see best. It's okay to be good. It's okay to get better. But if you don't see past better and someone sees best in you, you might want to just pull back, take the criticism. Like I said, being able to communicate amongst the generations is only, 100% is only going to make you realize we're more alike, and we need to have a conversation now because people are leaving and transitioning left and right. So the earlier that we can have these conversations, the more we can retain this information and give it on to the next generation. Whew. Conversation, information generation. What did it say? Conversation, information generation. What do you say? Conversation, information generation. We are the conversation, information generation. Throw that in the chat. Somebody throw that in the chat. Conversation, information generation. We need that. We need that. Now, let me see. I said I was going to show a video. I might not have time. Where is that? All right, I'm gonna have to search it. So y'all know what his name is? That guy, that boy, Marcellus. So Marcellus Wilder, he got a podcast. He do some stuff. Yeah, that dude, Marcellus Wilder. He went to Columbia. Shit, I remember my dad told me about him, man. When I got older, told me he went to Columbia and played in the league for a good amount of time. Defensive guy, and I like how he does his content. I'm gonna start practicing. This video is kind of like me practicing his type of content, like literally me shortening the amount of time. Obviously, I wanted to, but this is me kind of practicing it, just watching this video. But basically, he spoke on Richard Sherman. This is a couple weeks ago. Richard Sherman ended up calling Travis Hunter wide receiver skills a blend with the E. But even me and everybody in the world heard this nigga say bland. I heard bland. But he said blend, and when he said it makes sense. Like blend, once he corrected it, said blend, okay, that makes sense, dude. Like it sound like you said bland, but you fixing it and saying blend, that's great. So it's 10 minutes long. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna stop where I can. But I'm more so concerned about what Marcellus Wilder is saying. That's what made me want to have this conversation, because I still mess with Gen Z and GenAlpha. Like I fuck with them. I love them actually. So therefore, I'm open to how they come off of what they're saying. I'm gonna definitely drop Jews and be assertive and let them know that they're wrong and telling them, hey, this is actually how you do it. But for the most part, I'm gonna listen first. I'm gonna listen to them guys first. Let me see here. Let's present this. I might have a little time. Let's go. See. We got them up. Let's go.
Being down for the same team, what just seems to be reality is just a dream. Woo, I love that song. But I don't love doing this topic right here because Richard Sherman caught up in the war of words loosely with Travis Hunter. Shots taken. Oh, yeah. Shots taken. Let's hear him.
I wonder what he's going to come out as, because I haven't watched too much of his games. I see a lot of the highlights. Have you seen a lot of his game, Sherm? I think he goes as a corner just because of what we talked about earlier. Like receivers his size, he's not a special size, and I don't see him as like a super dynamic, route runner. He's just one of those. He's a great athlete and he's smooth, so he can get it done. I'm sure if he sat there and focused on receiver, he could be elite. But as a corner, he just looks natural, and it's back to catching a ball, and he's in position all the time. He's breaking right. He has a good feel for it. And it's so rare, you know what I mean? Like a corner like him is going to up the market. Like I can't believe Pat didn't get more than what he got, but Sauce is in New York. So Sauce is probably going to take the DBs over 30 or close to 30. But a guy like that coming in, by the time he comes in, it's going to start to get to 32, 33 million when it's time for him to get paid, and he could do it. But as a receiver, I just think he'd kind of blend.
Okay. First of all, Richard Sherman, with high level observation and analysis. That's Richard Sherman, y'all. What's losing in our generation, or what's lost, I should say, it's not even losing. It's like, no, you're taking a L. Is this connectivity to the
So I just sped up a little bit. I just need to get to the point. He's about to talk about Travis Hunter responding. Travis Hunter responding with something like "get off my timeline" or something like that. But he's responding to Travis Hunter now.
formers, the OGs, the wise ones, the ones who have lived long enough to see it all. Because if you really know yourself and you really know this world, there's nothing new under the sun. That's why wisdom comes with age. Wisdom comes. It comes. You can have it already, but more is coming the longer you live. Because more laps around this world, you start to realize, seen that before. And the wisest ones are able to articulate that and bring it back in terms of connectivity from experiences that they've had and experiences that you're having. There's nothing new under the sun, King Solomon. And when Richard Sherman sees you coming, 6'1", they say, Travis Hunter, never met the guy. I think he's a monster. I think he could play both positions, like Richard Sherman said. But I will admit, if you ask me to pick one, play corner. Now, play receiver right now, you're going to get that dough. You can get that dough at corner, as Richard Sherman was saying, if you play that as well, but you're going to stand out.
Come on, man.
A little easier. It's your decision to make.
Get to the point, man.
However.
Thank you. See, man, y'all cut him off. We can take him off. I tried. Basically, man, he pretty much hated on Travis Hunter for responding. And he got to understand, when we talk about better communicating with these young folks, that's what they do. Like, like I just mentioned to you about this situation, that's what they're going to do. But ultimately, man, criticism is a privilege. Conversation, information for this generation, we need to have those. I would love to speak with Marcellus Wiley. Y'all go and look at this video in full, because I guess something wrong with my internet. I ain't going to say it's his. But yeah, man, I'm Barnes. Be well, man. Thank you.